This is Tavanya and Kenny, and today we'll be discussing the aquatic food production system. To begin our lesson, we must first know what a food production system is. In a food production system, supply is dependent on how many organisms are at each trophic level and the amount of energy at each level. In this diagram, you can see where energy is passed through each trophic level and also lost at each trophic level as well. The loss usually comes from respiration and waste production at each level. This follows the second law of thermodynamics, which states energy goes from one concentrated form into a dispersed form, usually heat. The availability of energy to do work decreases. This also uses Lindemann's 10% law, which states during the transfer of organic food from one trophic level to the next, only about 10% of organic matter is stored as flesh. The remaining is lost during transfer or broken down in respiration. We will now discuss aquatic food production systems. An aquatic food production system is in a commercial fishing. This includes both salt and freshwater fishing. In aquatic food production systems, most food comes from higher trophic levels. Typical fish that are harvested are carnivorous and are usually at higher trophic levels, such as 4. Examples are salmon. In this diagram, you can see the long path energy takes to get to a human. It must first go through the producer, then a herbivore, then a first carnivore, then a second carnivore, then a third carnivore, until it reaches the human. Although energy conversions along an aquatic food chain may be more efficient than in a terrestrial chain, the initial fixing of available solar energy by aquatic primary producers tends to be less efficient due to the absorption and reflection of light by water. There are 2 different types of aquatic food production: open net fish farming and aquaculture. With open net fish farming, a net is cast into open water to capture various species of fish and other aquatic organisms, as seen in the picture to the right. Aquaculture is the process of cultivating aquatic species within a controlled environment, otherwise known as fish farming. Usually, preservatives and other additives are added to the water to help the fish breed better and have a cleaner environment. Some positive ways that aquatic production impacts the environment is it creates jobs, which improves the economy. It gives the world an alternative meat source, which helps lower the amount of methane pollution. And also, it is more efficient than tourism. Although there are some positive impacts, there are also some negative. Firstly, there is a crowding of fish in artificial environments. Pesticides and waste leaking into water outside of controlled habitats can pollute the water. And this list can continue on and on and on, infecting the environment in tons of negative ways. But one of the biggest problems of aquatic production is overfishing. It is predicted that at the rate we are overfishing and at the rate we are growing in population, in the near future, we will not be able to have as much fish as we are used to. And this is because of overfishing.
Created using Powtoon.